It's Kirsten Liebelt. Jump on in. Oh, my camera's being super weird on Instagram. There we go. Did we correct? It doesn't want to correct. This is so interesting. I might look very sepia on Instagram today. This is super interesting. Hold on. I think I'm going to go close my curtain. Jump on in. Grab your coffee. Grab your tea. If you're on the replay, let me know you're on the replay. We're going to talk about your pancreas today. I know you're really excited. Hold on. I think I have to fix my shades. Too much light. You know, that is a really good problem to have in Minnesota in December. If you have too much light, the sunshine is so amazing. That's what's going on. I don't know how to fix this for Instagram. I don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to be sepia and that's how it's going to be. All right. Jump on in. How are you guys doing? Here we are. We're like 1 week away from Christmas. How's everybody doing? Is it scary? I actually am super proud of myself. I got a bunch of stuff done yesterday and that felt amazing. So I hope you are also chunking things out. All right. If you don't know who I am, which is highly likely because not enough people know yet about our little show. My name is Kirsten Liebelt, and we started talking about insulin resistance about 2.5 years ago. And good morning, sweet lady Patty. And y'all responded like, wow, a lot. Responded a lot. I was raised by a type 2 insulin dependent dad, and he died at 63. And Instagram, I also can't put a title on my live, and I don't know why. So you're like, if you're jumping in without a title, like you're amazing. You're the best person ever. I don't know what I did, but anyway, it doesn't matter. And so my entire life revolved around type 2 diabetes. My dad was actually diagnosed right around the time that I was born. And so by the time I understood anything, all I knew was this. We only ever had Tab in the refrigerator, Tab soda. Does anybody know Tab pop, right? I'm in Minnesota, so we say both soda and pop. And we always had the pink packets in the kitchen. If you opened up the refrigerator, you would also see insulin vials. And I knew exactly where in my mom and dad's bedroom, in the dresser, which drawer, it was at the bottom, was the Ziploc baggie of the hypodermic needles. And we were like told, you don't ever touch a hypodermic needle, of course, right? So as a parent, they were very concerned about that. But that literally has been my whole life. I didn't know any different. But I'm also Italian. And so there was a lot of obesity and type 2 diabetes in my Italian family. And I feel like there was a part of me that just very much believed that it was very que sera, sera, like your fate was going to be your fate, no matter what you did, etc. And I kind of wisened up over the years. I woke up when my dad died. I was 30 years old. My 3 babies were 6, 3, and 6 months old. They missed out completely. Oh, I'm going to move my microphone. Maybe I won't mess it up. They missed out completely on an Italian grandpa. He was eccentric. He was funny. He was a good cook. He was a good grandpa. Like he loved his grandbabies. It was like 3 days before he died. We went to the Mall of America. And he was at that point in a scooter, right? 63 years old. He was in a scooter because he couldn't walk. His heart was not happy. His heart was very failing, right? He had already done all the things. He already did the emergency angiograms and the heart surgery and the pacemaker and the kidney dialysis and the meds coming out of his ears. And you get the picture. So he's in his scooter and he's got his grandbabies climbing up on him. And, you know, they missed out, you guys. This is so dumb. And I feel like this is what drives me every single day. It's like, this is the dumbest conversation ever, in my opinion, on the face of the planet. That we are not told when we go to the medical matrix and we knock on their door and we're like, will you help us? And they're like, we can only help you with scripts. That's all we have for you. This is like so dumb because this is not a terminal diagnosis. So it very much infuriates me. And this is why I come live every single day. Now, today, my water is from the Minnesota Zoo. So I just thought I'd point that out. Today it's aminos, and I made sure to add my electrolytes, my sugar-free electrolytes. Anyway, let me see. What do we got going on here? Oh, Patty! Happy birthday, Patty. Oh, she's 71 today. Yay! Happy birthday. I'm so excited for you. Megda says, have a fabulous day. Have a good day. That is fantastic. Marla, good morning, gorgeous. Right back to you. Good morning, Megda. You guys, I love how you cheer each other on. This is like the best community on the face of the planet. And if you haven't heard about it, like it's just, that's a bad thing. Like everybody needs to know that this exists. I get really tired. One of the reasons, okay, I'm just going to tell you this, and then I'm going to, Saturday morning, number one, Saturday morning. If you want to get in on learning about the total body reset in a little more in depth, bring a friend to go into January with you. You want to jumpstart your January, but then we're going to do a keto lasagna in my kitchen, and it's going to be on a webinar. So you have to sign up. You have to go to my, you have to actually go to my site, KirstenLiebelt.com. I'm going to put that up here on Facebook and to YouTube right here, KirstenLiebelt.com. You have to go there to sign up. There's a form at the very top of the page. So it's one simple Simon little page of a site. Like you can't miss the form. Name, email, submit, and then you're in, and we'll do it at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. But I was about to say, before we talk about the pancreas, because I know you're really excited about that, but actually this is actually very good information. But anyway, I found some really good information. You know, I was kind of tired of all of the, people talk about body shaming, and people talk about, what is it like when you, if you start talking about like trying to cut sugar for your kids, let's say, you're going to create like a disorder. You're going to create a food disorder, all blah, 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 blah. What I was tired about in the industry was the ingredient shaming, you're doing it wrong all the time, and people being really judgy and on everybody without actually just helping them. And I hated that. And so I wanted to create a space that was, there's no question, like I'm very clear on what I teach, but I don't want anybody in my group ever to come on and to shame somebody because they didn't know something. Like I knew this much when I started a little over 10 years ago. I knew less than this much. So everybody else is in the same boat. We all start at the same place, right? Like we don't know stuff. And so even with the ingredients and stuff, it's like, you know what? This world became so inundated, so heavy. We literally have been so infiltrated with toxins and bad ingredients and chemicals. It's nearly impossible to change it overnight. You would have to be Superwoman to change everything all at once. However, you can chip away at it, and you can do one little thing at a time, one little thing at a time. I mean, not only is it your food, but then now it's your water and it's your air. And I actually mean that seriously. Like I have an air purification system that's in my home. Like I've got 2 of them actually. I have a water purification system. Like we actually don't know how bad everything is, but that's not my point. I don't want to be doom and gloom. I just want you to know that we do change things out one at a time. And I didn't want that culture. So anyway, this is the most amazing culture for women, in my opinion. You guys are very, very, you're very encouraging of each other. You cheer each other on. And this is what I want. And when I say not enough people know that we exist, I actually mean it, because I already know that I can help you. I already know that I have a path for you to be able to lose fat, lose weight, get off of scripts, and do all of these things. And it's just simple, 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 because this is reversible. But anyway, in my opinion. All right. Are you serious, Sue? This is your birthday today too? And you're 67? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Happy birthday, Sue. Look at you guys. You guys encourage the crap out of me, because seriously, look at all of you that are having the attitude of, oh, no. It's not too late for me to figure this out. It's not too late for me to turn this back around, right? I'll be 61 in January. So here we go, you guys. We're a good team. All right. So Joan, good morning. Good morning. Megda says, happy birthday, Sue. God bless you. Happy birthday, Sue. Oh, the birthdays are coming in. This is great. Okay. I love this. Susan, good to see you. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Oh man, you guys, this is awesome. Okay. All right, let's dive in so that you can get a little bit of good information in you today. Because here we are, like right smack in the middle of the holidays, and it's kind of like, whoo, I can feel it. I can feel the countdown. I'm not kidding. Like yesterday I said I got some stuff done that felt good, but my mind is starting to like, okay, let's chunk this out a little bit, right? Got to wrap a few presents and et cetera, et cetera. So I came across this information on the pancreas, and I thought, you know what? I don't think I've ever done a live just on the pancreas. And I know that sounds maybe super boring, but the truth is that it literally has everything to do with your energy, your weight, your cravings. And it's because your pancreas is releasing insulin. And when you have high insulin, you can't burn fat. And so you are literally stuck. You are hitting your head against a brick wall going, why can't I lose weight? I'm such a loser. I'm such a loser. Like I've got all this belly fat and I don't know what to do. And these are the things that kind of happen to us. And we go round and round and round. And we're just like, why can't I figure this out? So I always come and I talk to you about your liver, your gut, and your insulin. When your insulin is constantly high coming from your pancreas, and it's a hormone, you can't burn fat. And then when your liver is sluggish, you can't burn fat. So I want to nail those for you. I want to be like, boom, 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 liver, insulin, gut, liver, insulin, gut, just nail them. And then all of a sudden you guys are like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. Oh my gosh, like I'm getting my energy back enough to exercise, and I'm losing inches, and I've lost weight, and I've gotten off of, like, you guys, 10 meds, your fatty liver is going away. All of these things are happening, and you're like, this is amazing. And it's because we here in this space talk about root cause wellness, root cause, like targeting your supplementation and your food for the actual systems in your body. So that's why we're going to do the pancreas today. So welcome in. I was a 2X in size when I started at the beginning of my 50s. I had already been gestational diabetic almost 30 years prior to that. And I should not have been the one in my family to have avoided type 2. It should not have been me. And I'm the only one that has now. So there we go. And again, I know I'm sepia on Instagram. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my lighting. It's a whole thing. I can make it normal for just about a second there. It's really weird. But anyway, so most people think that weight gain, fatigue, brain fog, and cravings are willpower problems. How many of you think, if I just had more willpower, I could figure this stuff out? If I just could get my stuff together here, right? But what if I told you that there's a small, soft organ, it's hidden behind your stomach, quietly deciding how your entire day feels every single time you eat, every single time. Okay. And nobody talks about it until it breaks. So we're going to talk about the pancreas, not from like a medical textbook. So don't get concerned about that, but from your real, like everyday life. Like, how is this impacting you and you just didn't even know? Okay. So if you think about a normal day, let's say you're waking up tired. You're just waking up tired. You eat breakfast and somehow you feel more tired. Anybody? Does that resonate with you? By mid-afternoon, maybe you're shaky or you're foggy. You're kind of irritable, like, and you want something sweet to eat. Maybe by the evening, you're exhausted but you're like, at the same time, you're like wired. You're like so tired, but you're wired. And sleep feels really off, like it's not going well. This is not random at all. This is not random. It's actually chemistry in your body is what it is. So the pancreas is slender and it's quiet and you never feel it working, but every time you eat, it literally like comes alive because it is releasing insulin. So it releases enzymes that break down protein, fat, and carbohydrates. This is why I tell you guys, like when we talk about, oh man, I don't have my gut primer here. I'll have to get that later. When I talk about the gut primer and I talk about how that has one of the 6 blends has digestive enzymes in it. It's because your body slowly lessens the amount of digestive enzymes that you're eating or that you're creating and releasing. And that makes it hard for you to break down. That's why your digestion goes, one of the reasons, right? Because your pancreas is responsible for releasing enzymes that break down protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So I do the gut primer, and I also have a bottle of digestive enzymes. If you've never tried my digestive enzymes, I highly recommend it. Something really good just to keep on hand, especially now during the holidays, maybe you eat a heavier than normal meal. After the meal, you can pop enzymes before you eat, but you can also do it after. Let's say you have a big prime rib dinner and your eyes were bigger than your stomach and you're like, oh, that was a lot. You can pop a couple of digestive enzymes even after you've eaten, and it will still help you. But anyway, so nutrients can even enter the body. This is why it has to break down so that the nutrients can enter your body. But that's not its most important job. It's actually not. Its most important job is hormonal. So can we get a hallelujah on the hormonal conversation? Like everything is hormones, you guys. Cortisol, insulin, GLP-1, like these are all hormones. And we are taught in silos in the medical community. You go to this doctor for this thing, and 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 they don't seem to talk to each other. And then this doctor gives you a script, and then this doctor gives you a script, and then this doctor gives you a script, and then this. Do you get the picture? Like they instead have everything separated out instead of what we do here, where we're like, no. It's all connected. Let's have a whole thought process about what's going on so that we as women are not the freaking crazy people. Stop it. We are not the crazy people. So insulin and glucagon are your daily energy control. I'm going to explain what that is. Hold on. Teresa, good to see you, Teresa. Very good. Oh, Joan's wishing everybody a happy birthday. You guys are awesome. Okay. I love it. All right. So insulin. Okay. So inside the pancreas, let's do this. Inside the pancreas are tiny clusters of cells. So visualize this maybe, right? So it's a little soft, thin, slender organ right behind your stomach. And inside of your pancreas are tiny clusters of cells called the islets of Langerhans. And I have never heard of that before either. So don't feel bad. Islets or islets of Langerhans. Think of them like little sensors. They are constantly asking one question. One question. How much sugar is in the blood right now? How much sugar is in the blood right now? That's what the sensors are asking. So when sugar rises, the pancreas releases insulin. I've talked about this a million times. You eat, you raise your sugar. Now you can raise it for other reasons, but let's just talk about food for right now. You raise, and then your pancreas is like release, 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 and like a little Pac-Man, waka, 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 goes to get the sugar so that it can bring it into the cell. Okay, are you tracking? But the cell itself is resistant, insulin resistant to insulin. Okay, so here we go. So how they're constantly asking that one question, how much sugar is in the blood right now? When sugar rises, the pancreas releases insulin. Insulin's job, it has a job given to it by God. Insulin's job is to move sugar out of the bloodstream and into the cells so you can think clearly, move muscles, feel calm and energized. So when that doesn't happen, guess what? You're foggy, you're lethargic, you don't have the energy to work out, and you have anxiety. You're anxious and you're fatigued. Right? So when sugar drops too low, the pancreas releases glucagon, which raises the blood sugar so that you don't crash. It's such an important organ. Okay, so important. So together, insulin and glucagon perform a balancing act minute by minute, literally all day long. We just don't even know how wonderfully our body is made. It's amazing, amazing. It will fight for function every minute of the day. So here's the part that no one really explains very much. When this system gets overwhelmed, not broken, just overwhelmed, okay? So you're not broken. The symptoms don't show up as diagnosis at first. This is the most frustrating piece of the whole conversation because they're not pulling fasting insulin tests. And if they would do that, they could have told you something about where you were headed about a decade or more ago. A long, long time ago, they could have told you. But because they won't do that, most of them won't, most of the doctors won't, we're going to do it for ourselves. Okay? We're taking back our health. We're doing it for ourselves. We don't need your test. Because it shows up like this: fatigue, brain fog, irritability, shakiness, cravings, stubborn belly fat, feeling like food controls you. I mean, honestly, you guys, this is so everything that I experienced. How about you? Fatigue, brain fog, irritability, shakiness, craving, stubborn belly fat, feeling like food controls you. A small delay, a slight imbalance, and suddenly you're tired first, then you're foggy, then you feel weak, and now you're reaching for sugar. Anybody? Anybody? I know it. I know it. Insulin resistance and pancreas are working overtime in your body. This is where insulin resistance comes in. Your pancreas doesn't just stop working, it works harder because it's going to fight to function. Oh, I must not have, I couldn't get that sugar into the cell so that I could give them mental clarity and energy and like regulation. I must have to make more because the cell was closed, the door was closed, and the lock got changed. And insulin's like, I can't get in there. Okay, fine. I'll just store all that energy as fat, but then I'll release more. The pancreas will be like, I'll release more. I must not have done enough. So it'll do more. It'll work harder. It releases more and more insulin, trying to keep the blood sugar stable. It's working so hard. This is why it is infuriating to have all of these companies, these food companies, market to us all of these things that are healthy, and they are constantly raising our blood sugar and calling on insulin, and we can't get a foothold. And we're like, why do I feel like I just can't quite getting any traction? Because they're lying to you, because it's all about just whatever they can do for a profit. I'm just telling you, like, oatmeal is not heart healthy. It's not. Because if oatmeal, which raises your sugar like crazy pants, calls on insulin like crazy pants, and high insulin is inflammation and creates issues inside of your blood vessels, that was never heart healthy. Okay, off my little rant right there. But my point being that the keto bread is not helping you. The keto products are not helping you. If your pancreas is having to release more and more and more insulin, just trying its hardest to keep your blood sugar stable. You can't follow the standard American diet. Heck, you can't follow the diabetic diet. I know all about that because my mother was a type 2, should have never been, but she ended up type 2 with her Alzheimer's. They're connected. But anyway, and every facility she went into, trash for food. Trash. What do you mean you're giving a type 2 diabetic orange juice, skim milk, toast, and oatmeal? Sugar, 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 sugar. What do you mean that's your protocol? And basically, my sister and I, we were like, get away from us. Get away from us. Just go away. We're taking her out. And we did. Took her out of the facilities because it was terrible. Anyway, I won't go into that. When insulin stays high, this is why you care. Why do you care if your insulin stays high? Because your fat storage stays on. And you are so dang frustrated, you can't see straight. You're like, Why can't I burn a pound to save my life? Your fat burning stays off. High insulin, no fat burning for you. Your energy feels very unstable, very wonky. Your hunger signals get louder. This is that food noise. Such an issue. And we think that this is a character flaw. We think that it's because we're a lame loser. We think it's because we have no self-control. This is not a character flaw. This is your body working to function. And these are all like, I wish I had a flag on me and I don't, but it's like, raising, I don't have anything. Raising the flag. It's like, hello, is anybody out there? All of those symptoms are actually little flags. So this is why it feels like you're doing everything right, maybe, but your body isn't responding. Okay. So here's what most people miss. The balancing act isn't just about food. Okay. So your pancreas responds to stress. We talk about this all the time. Poor sleep, emotional overwhelm, under eating protein, chronic dieting. So even when you're eating clean, your pancreas may still be fighting to keep up. Okay. So I want you to really hear this clearly, though. I need you to hear this. You're not struggling with energy, weight, cravings, or belly fat. When you are dealing with energy, weight, cravings, and belly fat, it's not a character flaw, like I just said. It's a regulatory issue. So you have to target your system because you need to regulate. This is why all of these things that I talk about make sense and they go together, right? So your pancreas is trying to protect you. It's just been asked to do too much for too long. It's tired. It's tired from releasing insulin and trying to regulate for so long. However, there's like a beautiful part, I promise. There's like there's good news. There is. The pancreas is incredibly responsive. So when insulin comes down, your energy stabilizes, your cravings calm down, your fat burning turns back on, your brain feels clearer, your digestion improves. You don't have to punish your body. You have to support the system. So I would like to know, raise your hand if when you started working like this program, did you start to feel your energy stabilize, your cravings calm down? Did your fat burning finally turn back on? Even if it's not as fast as you want it to be, remember, we don't require our body, to it needs to turn the ship around, right? Does your brain feel more clear? Does your digestion improve? I would love to know who's feeling those things. But this is why I talk about all the time, your insulin, your liver function, your gut health, and how you can target those with food and supplements. So when I talk about, when I talk about the whole food conversation, and we do it especially in the group, I should put that up here, ditch insulin resistance for women. When I talk about that, we talk about grain-free, sugar-free, and legume-free because you can stop this cycle. If you can understand that you're trying to stop the freight train of weight gain, you're trying to stop that in its tracks. If you can see that, then all of a sudden you don't feel, oh my gosh, I'm so depriving myself. This isn't sustainable. It's all about balance and I could never live this way. You stop being a victim and you start realizing, oh, wow, I actually have a key to get my body to change the way it delivers me a result. Oh, this is actually kind of rather empowering because this isn't about me not getting what I want. This is about me being in control of my body and saying, hey, listen, whoa, Mr. Buster. I say that to my little grandsons. Hey, Mr. Buster, wake up. Come on, we need some flow going. We need some flow. We need some balance. We need some energy. Come on, wake up. I'm changing your oil filter right now. That feels so empowering, not going to lie. So on Saturday, we'll do the keto lasagna. We'll talk about the targeted supplements more in depth than we do here. And you'll be empowered on another level. So bring a friend, tell somebody who doesn't know anything about any of this. Maybe they've never heard of me, they've never seen any of my content, but you know that they are struggling with exhaustion and belly fat and fatigue, and they need to have a different January along with you. Bring a friend, bring a friend. Lynn says, yes, the ship is turning. Yes, it is, Lynn. Absolutely. Yep, totally agree. So let me see here. You left your house with the gut primer scoop in a pill container. Good job, Sue. Do you mean like you put a scoop inside of your pill container? Because that's actually brilliant. I have not done that. Marla, I didn't return to my, I didn't, okay. You did not return to your endocrinologist because she would not even discuss supplements or foods. She only wanted to talk prescriptions. When I left her office, I called the pharmacy and canceled the scripts. I wish her well, but we were not on the same page. You know, and as, I mean, you guys know, like, I'm not a doctor, I'm just your friend. But to me, that is the dumbest. She's not dumb, not at all. She's very smart to have gone to medical school. And I love doctors, like I do. I really, really do. It's just this one conversation, this one little isolated conversation that I take issue with. Because if what you told us was good for us, 50, 60 years later, we'd be not fatter, not sicker, not more medicated, not having so many issues. We would actually be getting better if what you told us was true. So we're not stupid anymore. We refuse to be stupid and to be duped by a system where we feel stuck when originally it was never meant to be a terminal diagnosis to begin with. Listen, if somebody gets a terminal diagnosis, they need a team of docs and they need to be really, really good. Right? Like you have to ponder a lot of things in that scenario. You have to really weigh your options. You have to really study that. You have to ask yourself a lot of questions. You have to make a lot of decisions. Do we go this direction? Do we go this direction? What does the study say about this med? What does this? You have to do a lot of that, not with this. In my opinion, and this is just me talking about basics of insulin resistance. Like so dumb. Why would these specialists ever stop us from talking about food and basic supplementation? To me, it makes what I talk about so incredibly simple. Like simple Simon, simple thought process. Like it doesn't take a rocket scientist for this to make sense. Like not even close. So, oh, that just is unnerving. Good morning, Lee. You have an appointment today with your GI. Hope to have some good feedback from him. Then share with me. I really do too. I hope you get really good results, Lee. Like this is a piece of what this is all about. Listen, if you guys can get better labs and you sleep a little bit better at night, or you're starting to feel all of the effects of the goodness of getting your insulin to come down and getting your liver function up. Just think about how hard your body works to fight for function. What if it starts functioning? Immediately you start to feel better and you're like, oh, my life is coming back. Marla, we have to choose to advocate for ourselves. We don't have a choice, you guys. Literally, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it for us. We've waited way too long. My dad's been gone now for 30 years, and it was 30 years since he had been diagnosed. So that's 60, it was 35 years. So 65 years now. It's been a total shiz show. It's terrible. It's awful. Total just scam being ran by the agricultural industry, Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, not the Food, Drug, and Supplement Administration. You know, like it's who gives us our food pyramid. Like this is ridiculous. So, and I go through a lot of that when we do our free challenge in the group every month. I go through the food pyramid and how you just have to consider it trash and you have to do your own thing. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist. All you have to do is actually follow somebody like I did. I was following two people, my brother and my mother, At the exact same time, for this little 5-year period of time that took place, my mom is gone now 2.5 years. I followed them in and out of facilities, nursing homes, group homes, ICUs, emergency rooms, LTACs, regular hospital rooms. Let's see, what else? Like I could just name a bazillion places that they went to, and not one of them did this right. All over the Twin Cities of Minnesota, the most prominent of hospitals. I live in the land of the Mayo Clinic. This should have been easy. No. Trash information. Literally, my sister and I, when the shutdown happened in 2020, we're like, yeah, we'll be canceling that service of assisted living. And we're like, we're coming to get my mother. We're taking her out. May of 2020, the world was shut down. We're like, yeah, we no longer need your services. Thank you very much. We took her out. We put her on mostly, not completely, because it's hard to, there's lots of factors. Mostly a ketogenic diet, wasn't completely. So we weren't chasing ketosis, but we were getting rid of all of the processed food. We were feeding her real food, mostly meats and greens and everything. Got her sugars to go way down. Like we just did it on her. Like y'all aren't helping us. Bye. We did it ourselves. That's what we had to do. Okay. So I'm going to go over the total body reset. I'm going to ask that you give me 2 seconds. If you would be so kind, because I left my gut primer. Hold on. I have everything else right here, but I have to show you my gut primer. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. It's so funny because I actually have 2 of them open. Why do I have 2 of them open and they're both in my kitchen? That's ridiculous. Okay, so I talked to you guys about the total body reset, but the reason why I do is because I understand now that, okay, sometimes people are like, well, maybe I should just take supplements. I should take a multi. I should take an omega, a vitamin D3, K2. Yes, perfect. That's all true. That is all true. You need to fill in those deficiencies. I do all of that. Perfect. But what I'm talking about when I talk about the total body reset is very, very specific. Insulin, liver, and gut. Because if your insulin is high, you can't burn fat. If your liver is sluggish, you can't burn fat. And your gut is literally the control center of everything for your body. It is helping you to absorb those nutrients that you're deficient in. And sometimes the deficiencies are so simple. They're so simple that all you have to do is keep them in your body. All you have to do is heal and seal your gut. And then all of a sudden, things get so much better. Like from your skin to your sadness, if you know what I'm talking about, to your anxiousness. All of these things start to get better. And you're like, oh my gosh, like the sun is out again. You start to really feel so much better. Okay. And that's why I talk about this every single day. So when I started with the trio, 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. And that is these. I just took mine this morning. Okay. This one helps with insulin, sugars, cravings for appetite and sugar cravings. This is your liver, and this one is for your metabolism. And these 3 are called the trio. And I just, you know what? I started them not knowing anything at all about anything with supplementation. I supplemented. My idea of supplementing was ibuprofen. And in my 30s, I took Metabolife, and I'm not even joking. And that got banned by the FDA, by the way, because of the ephedra. And so this is where I started, and it fully supported me in losing those 3 sizes in my 50s. Like normally you don't hit menopause and lose 3 sizes. Can anybody agree with that? That's not normal, but it became normal for me because I started to study people like Dr. Ken Berry and Maria Emmerich, et cetera. And I went, what? my liver is my fat metabolizing organ? Like, I never heard that one before. Or if I have high insulin, what? Like, I had no idea. So these three together, that's half of the total body reset right there. That's half of it, 50%. Notice the one for the liver, okay? The second one, the fourth piece is the gut primer. And this is, I just took this morning. It's 6 different blends. So remember when I talked to you about the pancreas releases enzymes to break down proteins, fat, and carbohydrates? You make less, you release less, make less from the pancreas enzymes as you get older. So what happens is you're having more digestive issues. You're starting to have more acid reflux. You're starting to have like a harder time, maybe more constipation. Maybe there's constipation one day, diarrhea the next. You never know what you're going to get, that kind of a thing. Your gut is just kind of like really unsettled. And you find yourself saying things like, well, I really can't eat that anymore, that kind of a thing. But on top of that, that's the least of what's in here, to be really honest. It's the fermented greens that are all ready for your bioavailability. It's the pre and postbiotics. It's the alkaline spices. It's all of those pieces that are beginning to like set you up to heal and seal your gut, to support that piece of your universe that changes everything. And like, what was it? Last week, 2 people, my anxiety is gone. About a month ago, it was 2 people, might have been 3, but 2 people for sure. Oh yeah, I'm off of because of the indigestion. Like, this is becoming very common in these conversations. So that's number 4. Number 5 is the probiotic, because y'all, we do not have enough good bacteria in our gut, period, the end. We just don't. We are eating so much processed food. We eat out a lot. We have a lot of over-the-counter meds that we're taking, and any prescription that you are taking, it has side effects. It doesn't matter what it is. We have to, what was it that I heard this morning? And I was like, can we just stop? Oh my gosh, I know what it was. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to go through this first because it gets me fired up. Anyway, this is, I should probably find it and post it in my stories for you guys. It's about one of the scripts, it's not a script you guys are currently taking. 5 live strains, and I put this right on my tongue. This one I mix in water. I put this in water and I froth it up, about this much cold water every morning. And I take it like a wellness shot because it's kind of green tea. And I'm good with that in the terms of, okay, that's super fresh and whatever, but I'm not a green tea tasting person. This one is just powder right on the tongue, 5 live strains. And trust me when I say most probiotics never make it into your system because they're just killed by your stomach acid. This has actually stay alive technology and stick to the gut technology. This is a completely different bird. Just telling you, it really makes a difference. And then the last one is the fat burner. And this is targeting your visceral fat. So when you talk about the visceral fat, that's like, especially your low down pooch, that's insulin laying visceral fat, which is very dangerous for you. It's inflammatory. It's highly hormonal, and it's active. It's like alive. It's emitting like boop, 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 boop. Like a little bit of like a sonar or something, but it's really not good. And this is where we end up with fatty liver, and we end up with visceral fat around our organs and around our intestines. And we have to turn that back. So vital, so vital. So that's what this does. And so this is where people are like, oh my gosh, I'm losing inches off my trunk. Okay. That's very normal, very common. Those are the 6 pieces. Hold on, I got to put my lid on so that I don't spill it everywhere. Because I've been known to drop things, okay, almost every day, but not today, right? Not today. So trio, gut primer, probiotic, fat burner. There we go. All of it together. And you know what? If you've never heard me talk about the customer campaign, then you might be missing out. Make sure you register as a customer should you ever go to any of my sites, or my site, I only have one, and you want like get the total body reset, or you're talking to me in my messenger. Make sure you register as a customer so that you don't miss out on number 1, free shipping, and number 2, the customer campaign that says when you purchase $150 or more 3 months in a row, you get $75 off your 3rd month. You don't have to have a coupon or anything like that. No auto ship, although you can. I I reward my auto ship people. It's called a ditto. And I draw for 2 full-size products every single month. And if you didn't know that, set up an auto ship, set up a ditto. I can help you if you need it. But anyway, so I reward that, but you don't have to have that for the campaign. And you can do this over and over and over again. But right now in January, they're going to give you an extra $50 bonus. So you'll do December, January, $50 off, February, $75 off, and then you can start it again. Such an amazing deal. It makes me so happy to tell you guys about this. Makes me so happy. Kathy says, I'm so late today, but you'll watch the replay. Please do. I'm super fired up today, Kathy. Super fired up. I don't know what got into me. Really want to hear what you have to say. Yay. Yes, please watch the replay. Thank you. Joan says, I understand my pancreas works and now how I need to treat it with more kindness. Thank you, Coach Kirsten. You're so sweet, Joan. You're so sweet. Yes. So that's that. And the prescription that I was going to mention is this, and this just ticks me off. When are we going to wake up and realize that they're just not telling us everything? So this is actually a lawyer. He actually lives here in Minnesota, but he's been working with a team of lawyers over the last year because it's a birth control shot, Depo. Is it Provera? And yeah, causing brain tumors. And now the script company is admitting it. How do you feel about them apples? So we have this crazy trust when we go to a doc and they say, take this. And we go, okay. And then the paper inside, right? So what's going to happen now is I feel like at the very least, they have to put a black label warning on it is what is a part of the process. And of course, he said, I feel like we've spent the last year locked in a room trying to deal with all of these claims from women. And now finally there's movement on this conversation. I am literally so like the lighting on Instagram. My phone can't keep up with the lighting changes because I just got super bright from the outside light. So I'm like going white and sepia. It's really funny. But anyway, and he basically just said, now we've got some movement. If at the very least they're going to put on this warning, then this is very important. This is huge. And I'm like, when are we going to rise up and stop thinking that these don't have side effects? Anything that you're taking, anything, every single script has a side effect. Every single script has a side effect. And I'm sorry, but shame on that endocrinologist who will not talk to you about food or supplementation. Because I'm telling you right now, avocados don't have a side effect. Like they keep trying to get us to believe that real food has the side effects. Don't look, look over here, not behind the curtain. Look over here, look over here at eggs and meat. Don't look over here behind the curtain of, this script is causing a tumor. Like, what is happening? And we just believe that now eggs are bad and scripts are good. I mean, we have to stop the madness. It's absolutely insanity. And so that just really makes me mad this morning. I'm like, and every single thing we're doing, it's like they just keep giving us scripts. So I'm so glad, Marla, that you are going to go to a different doc. So anyway, this is my Minnesota Zoo. Look at me being all fun today. All right. Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to do a webinar in my kitchen. I'll do more in depth so that you have better understanding, more clear understanding of how to get your body to turn back around, position yourself for January. You can jumpstart your January, bring a friend, but then we're going to do a keto lasagna together. So come and join me. It'll be live and you can ask questions, all the questions that maybe, you have, and we can talk a little more freely inside of that kind of a private environment. It will not be in a group. It's not in a Facebook group. It'll literally be on a webinar Zoom format because then we can be more free in that format. So I hope you understand that. Sue, organic products. Yes, Sue. Yes. And listen, if you know you should be eating organic foods, then why would you not? Why would you not have your supplements come off of organic farms? Why would you not have everything come off of organic farms? I'm just telling you, like, pharma will create synthetic stuff for you. Synthetic. Think polyester. They're going to give you polyester answers in their supplementation because they're making their own lines. They're not stupid, but it's going to be polyester synthetic supplements. Why would you not do something completely different and go to an actual where the soil is tended to properly? The way of farming is organic, traceable from seed to supplement. They can tell you the day it was harvested, the person and the row. Like, why would you not do that instead of like taking something even from another company who, let's say that it is an herb, right? Because an herb is not synthetic, but maybe it's sprayed with glyphosate and it's not third-party tested for metals and all of the stuff. Stop. We have to stop trying to get our bodies to clean the trash we keep putting in it. It won't do it forever. It will not do it forever. Your pancreas is just tired. Your liver is just like sluggish. It's like trying so hard, but we can change that, right? So half of that total body reset is liver. Half of it. That's like a really good ratio. That's the proper ratio in my opinion. So anyway, all right. You guys have the best day ever on the face of the planet. And if you need anything, reach out to me. Get into my messenger, get into my DMs on Instagram. You can always watch the replays of this on my YouTube channel, Kirsten Liebelt. You can always go to my site, kirstenliebelt.com. It's on the screen for Facebook and YouTube. And here you can screenshot this and flip it in your camera. If you need to do that, you can go there, flip it in your camera. Okay. And that's where you can find free resources. That's where you can find information on the trio and or the total body reset, and where you can find the form for Saturday. Okay. So when you get on my site, kirstenliebelt.com, here's my face. And when you scroll up, here's the trio, here's the total body reset, and here's the form right here. It'll tell you the time, the day, the date, and there's your name, your email, you submit. And that's how I'm going to be able to give you the Zoom code, the Zoom link for Saturday morning. And we can all just gather and have fun. And yeah, bring a friend, bring a sister, do something fun, bring a daughter that's on Depo. I'm just kidding. I don't want her to be on that anymore. I don't want anybody to do that. My mother actually did it kind of well. She stayed away from a lot of those things. But anyway, all right. Have a good day. Love you guys so, so much. And I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.